Didn't cut off. His cop, his supervisor, just pulled up. Hello. So, you guys, I'm sure you know there's no shelters. Everybody else is living in cars. They have nowhere else to go. I'm physically disabled. I'm not trying to lose my legs. And I know that it's a violation of my 4th and 8th Amendment rights when I'm homeless to be forced off of public property, or any time you force someone off public property without them doing something illegal. And that's not illegal.
Technically, this park belongs to the
City, which is public.
Belongs to the parking lot. The park is closed after dark. So technically, after dark, we can tow every vehicle that's on this park.
But you don't, and you can't when people are living in it. It's public property.
You can't bring a trailer to the park and leave it there.
What is it? Well, I can't do anything else. There are no other options, and if you force me out or try to violate me by taking it or anything, you're violating my 4th and 8th Amendment rights, and you can look it up. Your 4th and 8th Amendment for criminalizing homelessness, when you tow things, when you threaten to arrest for trespassing or take stuff for trespassing, it's all ways to criminalize homelessness.
No, we're not criminalizing homelessness.
Unless you can find me an appropriate shelter.
It's not a responsibility to find me a shelter.
It is, actually.
A trailer, which I imagine you have to have a vehicle attached to, because there's no way this trailer got here.
My brother is the only one. He lives in Salem. It's his, and I'm borrowing it. He can't stay with me.
How come you can't? Hold on a second. So you're unable to stay with your own family members?
Yes, exactly.
But you find that your family members who live in another state, in another city.
I've got them in Mass and New Hampshire.
But all of a sudden, it is the responsibility of the Lowell Police Department to find you a place to stay when you don't have family members there.
It doesn't matter. My family members won't let me stay there. I don't talk to them because they're toxic and abused me my whole life. So I'm done. They've written me off because I got help and they didn't. And long story. But
if you're allowed to, if they allow you to borrow his trailer, right? I mean,
yeah, he lives with my dad, taking care of my disabled dad.
Okay.
So I cannot stay with them. If I could, I would. Obviously, I don't want to be out here.
Like you said, you spoke to the officers that work traffic and said trailers cannot be public way. So you in a public property.
Okay.
You already know about that. But the fact that you got this, and
I guarantee you, if you Google the laws against violating, criminalizing homelessness, they just won again in August for the Boston. Ordinances don't count when it goes against the Constitution, and a 72-hour ordinance and stuff is not valid when you are homeless and there's no other shelter options.
Passes an ordinance, we go by the city ordinance if they have city.
If it's breaking the constitutional law, the federal law, then it's overruled by the federal law. The Supreme Court just did it again in August. They've never denied it. They've always said the same thing. And I've spoken to the ACLU, I've spoken to the Civil Rights Division Department. My next step is to call the FBI like it says. Because
you spoke to them and they said, yeah, you can bring your trailer from Salem.
Yeah, they said anywhere, any public park. It's not from Salem.
Why didn't you bring it to a park in Salem?
I'm not from Salem. I'm from Massachusetts. All my stuff is out here. My doctors and stuff are out here.
You're from Lowell?
Yeah, yes.
You were born and raised in Lowell?
Yes.
Okay, but you have your trailer was found in Salem, right?
It's not my trailer. It's my brother's that he's borrowing it. So what does that have to do?
What I'm saying is, there's a park in Salem, right?
I don't know. I can't. I have mass health and state and everything here.
You say that you spoke to ACU and they said...
Listen, officer, you want to know why people stay homeless so long? Because of shit like this. Because we get illegally forced out of where we have all our services set up, and then you try to make us go somewhere else, so we got to start all over and lose everything.
No one's saying you got to leave Lowell. All they're saying is...
I don't... What? I'm supposed to sleep on the damn streets with my busted hip that's going to get amputated anytime?
Cannot be on the property.
It can. By law, it can, though. And the Attorney General's office already filed a complaint, too, and said that they're calling them, and they told me to call the news, so that's next.
So like you said, you don't want to single.
Because I know my rights, and you know what?
You're going to be fine. And if
I am not doing drugs. I'm not doing anything like the other freaking people.
No one's doing anything.
And you're harassing me and only me.
Listen, you think it's just you. We don't allow trailers in general. It does not just you.
Trailer vehicle doesn't matter. It's a vehicle. It's legally registered and insured, and that's all that matters.
You're not the first person on somebody. It has nothing to do with you in specific.
That's the whole problem. It has to do with you guys violating every homeless person's rights. Exactly. You just admitted that you've done it before. So
did I say the person was homeless? I said trailer was in general. I said if you're driving a Winnebago that was parked in, there's no way you're homeless if you're driving a Winnebago.
Yeah, no, that's freaking different. But I'm homeless.
What I'm saying is, we apply the law to everyone, no matter what.
There are special things for homeless people. There's a whole homeless bill of rights in Massachusetts and everything.
They said you can't be fined every day.
And if you read the thing on my thing, it'll tell you exactly how it violates the 4th and 8th Amendment.
Right? You were informed. So if you get cited and stuff like that, then you were informed that you can't be cited every day, correct? That's what he was told.
It says 72 hours, actually, to begin with. And
move your trailer out of this property, yes.
And
any car, that's what it is, a 72-hour tag.
Okay, well, what about every single other car people that live in here?
Yeah, we have hit on the cars that are living here. And stuff like that. And
it's funny because 5 drug deals go down in less than an hour right here with you guys driving by, and my brother saw it too. And all this shit going on. I just mind my damn business.
People plus live in the city of Lowell. There's 200-something officers. We can't be at every place at every time.
Yeah. Well, no. And the cop that was on last night saw us setting out, came through 3 times. He didn't say nothing.
The car he saw last night is not an officer assigned to traffic. He spoke to an officer assigned to traffic, and that's what he was informed. And that's what he informed you about.
So you spoke to the traffic, so you're the one that filed the original complaint? Because I'm getting all the records and body cams, too.
What original complaint?
He just said you went to the traffic department and asked them. So you saw my camper and you complained to the traffic division, hey, what can I do to screw this lady over?
Requested information.
Is what you did. No, that's what he did. Because you shouldn't be bothering people that are just trying to live. I have a right to live.
No one said you're living.
That's what it is. That's the only thing I can live in. I am too crippled to be in a tent or on the street, so what am I supposed to do?
That can stay here. That's what he was told by the traffic division.
But the traffic division is wrong because
you know what? You can go to the traffic division on Monday morning and speak to him over there.
That's what he'll do. He'll come down too. Right. Is the chief on this weekend? Too? How do I get a hold of the chief?
The chief only works Monday to Friday.
Monday through Friday?
Yes.
All right, so he'll be in Monday too? Because, I'm not trying to file lawsuits like this one says he don't give a shit, but I already have with the last place I was at because the cops did the same thing over and over again, and they didn't listen, so the ACLU is going after them. It's not my thinking, it's the federal law. Officer, if you take a minute and Google...
Because we're doing this because you're homeless. And what I'm saying is, we apply this across the board to anyone, whether you're homeless or not, about trailers.
If somebody is if a trailer, it's mass law, trailers are legal. And you can be on public property. Unless you're doing something illegal. It doesn't. The park closes at night.
And this belongs
not
to
the parking lot.
And the parking lot, when the park is closed, the parking lot is closed. There should be no reason why anybody.
No, sir. And there's obviously a bunch of others. I'm not the only one.
I'm explaining how the park works. Doesn't mean that we don't allow people to stay.
But that's, like you said, a city ordinance, and it violates my rights by putting an illegal ordinance. Because when you use ordinances, it's another way of violating homeless people's rights, because that's what you do. Health department, fire department, this, that, every little thing you can find.
We just enforce a law. Ordinances are created by.
But you can't enforce a law if you are enforcing a law. Can I speak, please? Can I speak, please? Now, okay. If you're enforcing a law that you know goes against the Constitution law, then you lose your qualified immunity and can be named in a lawsuit yourself too. Each and every cop that does it.
The ordinance is illegal.
The ordinance is illegal.
You have to. If you think the ordinance.
I know it is. It's a federally illegal ordinance, but they're made up to do this stuff.
An ordinance, and we work with CLO. We're supposed to enforce the ordinance and their laws here. Then we're going to enforce what they pass. They pass laws.
You signed up. Wait. You took an oath to defend the Constitution, not do what city ordinances that violate the Constitution. That's not right. No. You know, if you know the Constitution, then I shouldn't have to explain to you how it's violating.
Part of the ordinance is what we're supposed to enforce too, and top of state laws and all that.
Yeah, but when it comes to people being homeless, if they're in a public parking lot, ordinances don't mean jack. You can't use that against them. It's a form of criminalization.
Oh, we're not.
It violates.
You're trying to make it like it's biased, and we're saying
it is.
It doesn't. It's not a homeless, because if somebody was there that wasn't homeless, we'd be telling them the same thing.
Exactly. If you're not homeless, then yeah, it's different. When you're homeless, you have to park in public parking. There's nowhere else when you have no family, nowhere else to go. Public parking is the only option. So where do you suggest?
Public parking, the street's public parking.
That I won't get towed? Where can I get towed? Tell me, officer, where can I go that they won't tow me?
Can you drive that?
My brother can come down from Salem and move it. I can't drive it.
Correct. So you put it right here instead of finding somewhere else.
Because I know this parking lot is always open all night and people living in it and living in tents right there and all up the thing.
The parking lot belongs to the park and it's actually not open at night.
Every single one of these cars people are sleeping in.
Listen.
Don't tell me they're not, because I was here all night.
Didn't listen to me. I said the parking lot is closed at night just with the park. Do we allow people to come and stay here? Yes, because there are people here that we have tons of, and we've told them and stuff that they can stay here because we have people. But they are in vehicles, not in a trailer. And that is the point that we're trying to tell you.
There's no difference. Do you hear what you're saying? There's no difference between a toy hauler trailer. It's not a big giant thing.
If I told the gentleman you can't be here, he can leave like that. If I tell you can't be here, you're going to call your brother.
But that's the whole point, though. You can't tell people they can't be on public property.
It's not mobile.
Unless they're committing a crime. Yes, that is the law. You're telling me it's not the law. You can kick people off public property when they're not committing a crime.
The park is closed. It's trespassing. It's called trespassing.
No.
Yes.
No, not when you're homeless on public property. It's not. I guarantee you 1,000%. Can you state your name and badge and your supervisor?
Right there.
Your name is not right here. Can you please just tell me?
What's it say there? You're recording. You're recording.
Yeah. What if I can't read? You can't tell me your name. You're by law supposed to state your name and badge. Don't be a
654.
Thank you.
Right there.
I can't. Your name is okay right there. Thank you right there. You're wonderful. You will both be getting lawsuits if you mess with me. I'm not playing. I know my rights and I'm done being violated. Watch out, baby. Actually, I'm going to stand right here and finish my cigarette. Yeah. So once again, both of these cruisers are violating my rights. Neighborhood Response Unit and 5. And I'll be getting the FOIA request for all the cameras and all the notes and records. I'm done doing all of it. Neighborhood response. He ain't no fucking supervisor. Liars. Liars. I can legally tape. What the hell was that? Loudmouth. So I'm not going to start taping until after they leave. This is ridiculous. And I need my audit, please. Getting nowhere. I need to be near my doctors, and that's all there is to it. Bye-bye, piggies. Yep, bye-bye. Say bye to the little tyrant piggies. Bye-bye. I know your window's down and you can hear me. You can't do shit. You just won yourself lawsuits, gentlemen. Fucking idiots. They just